Right, okay, I just wanted to share what I found with the Kangertech Subox and its leaking problems that you get from here, from the air vents. When I bought this, it basically started leaking straight away. I took it right to the shop, they didn't know anything about it. I had a look on the internet, couldn't find anything about it, and I've actually found exactly what is causing the problem. Some will leak and some won't, and it's all due down to the coil, the burner. Basically, they must be manufactured different factories or whatever, but this is what's causing it. And I've found this. I've tried it out, I've done it, and it's basically not leaked since. I've tried all different fluid and it hasn't leaked at all. So basically, if you take off the top, so it's leaking from here, and you get oil or juice or whatever coming out of the vents, and it goes all the way around here, and it doesn't matter if your bottle's standing up or if it's lying down or whatever, you get juice coming out of your vents. So the way that you do it is if you open it up, okay, and then I have the 0.5 in at the minute, and I've tried it with the 1.3 and everything, and it's still leaked. So basically what you want to do is you want to just take your coil out. If it's leaking, this is the reason why. So all of it doesn't matter if it's horizontal, vertical or whatever. They always say that the actual vertical ones, which is this one, and they always say that this one is better, or these are better than the horizontal ones, but to be honest, it's happened with them all. So the problem lies in this orange or red O-ring at the bottom, if you can see it. I don't know if you can get it. Try and zoom in. Okay, so that, can you see, if you look, there's a little hole at the bottom. Now that little hole is fine, that's not a problem. That's basically to take the first bit of coil. So the wire goes into that little hole, which is on the underside of the washer, and it's fine. It then carries on going all the way through the coil. Obviously it's continuous wire, and then the other piece of wire, it comes out and it sits on top of the washer. So it's in between this end button and the actual washer itself before it goes through. And I found out that on the ones that leak, I always noticed, as you can see, if I turn it round, you cannot see anything on this one. Yeah, you can see a little hole there, which is not a problem. Little hole there, that's not a problem. They're locators for the actual coil. You can use one of them, but around the rest of it, there's nothing sticks out. All the other ones that I've had a problem with, you have a piece of metal sticking out of this top of this O-ring, and it is basically the coil. It's unfinished and it sticks out the top. That, when it's screwed into the bottom, presses against this, which then doesn't compress the washer enough, and then hence it leaks, and that's what happens. So the way you do it is, if you just get your nail behind here, you can see it opens. You literally just pop this top off, and in fact you can see the coil there. Look, I've snipped this off so it sits there now, whereas normally it's just sticking out. It doesn't happen on all coils, but on most of them it's sticking out, and that's why it leaks. So what you need to do is pull this button, it just pops straight out, and then what you do is you just nip that piece of wire, just nip the end off, or you can actually just push it in a bit more. So when it shuts, you can see that it's not sticking out of the red washer at all. It doesn't show anything on this red washer. That is the problem. And all you do is, when you do it, is obviously when you put everything back, if you take it out completely, it's not a problem. You just need to make sure you put it all right, and then make sure that the bottom, the other one, is located in one of these little holes, and then that the other part is not showing at all. And then when you put it back, you literally put it back as normal. If you look at the bottom, that's the button that this bit presses onto to get the contact, to get the heating element, and obviously it has to squish the red washer. So basically just put it in as normal, tighten it up after you've relocated the washer, after you've got rid of that bit that's sticking out, you put it all back together, make sure that it's all wiped down. If it has been leaking, the best way to clean this actual piece out is, once it's undone, is if you take a piece of tissue, get a piece of tissue in there, clean it as much as you can, blow into this piece with the actual full vent open, making sure that your eyes are closed, because I just got an eye full of stuff. But blow into this piece, it'll blow all the rubbish that's inside, so all your excess oil, it'll blow it out, and then just keep mopping it down, keep mopping it down. Once it's all sorted and you're happy with it and it's dry on the outside and there's no excess oil, put your coil back in, put your thing all back together. Make sure that this is really tight. People go on about you shouldn't over tighten them and all that sort of stuff. This needs to be as tight as possible because it's got to squash that bottom red O-ring. And then once it's got it back in, put it back into your reservoir, and then basically make sure again this is really tight, and then that's it. You'll be burning again and you won't have any leaks. It's not happened to me, and I've been doing it for a while now, and this is the only thing that's done it. Alright, I hope that helps.